Hi, ENGLISHERA here, and I hope your day is going swimmingly. Well, you know what? There's always that moment that we forget something. Like, we know what it is, but we can't remember it. So we tend to say, I forgot it, I forgot it, I forgot it. Well, don't get stuck in saying the same basic English phrase if you want to level up your English. So, let's learn some alternatives to I forgot it. Lose one's train of thought. You lose your train of thought when you were in the middle of thinking about it and then you suddenly forgot what you're thinking.
I've lost my train of thought.
Because I lost my train of thought.
Wait, I lost my train of thought. What was I saying?
We say a train of thought because it's like connected series of thoughts or ideas in our head, just like the wagons of the train. And this usually happens when you're telling a story to someone or you're sharing an idea and you suddenly get distracted or interrupted by someone. So you forgot what you're talking about. Let's say, what was I saying? Oh, I lost my train of thought. Oh, I was talking about my vacation and suddenly my phone rang. I lost my train of thought. So again, instead of saying, I forgot it, use this phrase, lose your train of thought, if you're in the middle of thinking about it and you suddenly forgot what you're thinking. On the tip of one's tongue. When you know that you know something, but you can't remember it at that moment, at that time, then it's on the tip of your tongue.
It's on the tip of my tongue. It starts with the...
You know, it's on the tip of my tongue.
It's on the tip of my tongue.
This usually happens when someone suddenly asks you a question and you know the answer, but you forgot it at that moment. So it's on the tip of your tongue. Let's say, I know what's it called. I know it. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Wait, I know that place. Oh, the name is on the tip of my tongue. So again, on the tip of your tongue means that you know something, but you can't remember it at that moment. Slip one's mind. Well, it slips your mind when you forget something. It simply means you forget something.
It totally slipped my mind.
Totally slipped my mind.
Completely slipped my mind, honestly.
You can say this about an event, a task, or a personal detail about someone, like their name or their birthday. And you can usually say this with words like completely or totally, like it completely slipped my mind or it totally slipped my mind. Let's say, I think I know him. His name totally slipped my mind. When's your birthday again? I'm really sorry. It completely slipped my mind. So when you forget something, instead of saying, I forgot it, you can use the phrase, it slipped my mind. Ring a bell. When something rings a bell, it sounds familiar, but you can't completely remember it. Or it's like the thing reminds you of something, but you can't remember exactly what it is.
Rings a bell.
It rings a bell? The name rings a bell.
And you can also say it doesn't ring a bell. It means it doesn't sound familiar.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Sorry.
Benny Largo.
Name doesn't ring a bell.
Let's say his name rings a bell. Where did you meet him again? Or the place he was talking about rang a bell. I just couldn't remember where it is. So again, ring a bell means it sounds familiar, but you can't completely remember it. My mind went blank. When your mind went blank, you suddenly forgot something or you're unable to think of it. It's like a sort of mental block.
And my mind went blank.
My mind is gone blank.
And my mind goes completely blank.
This also usually happens when someone suddenly asks you a question and your mind went blank and you don't know what to answer because you forgot it. For example, I've been preparing for an interview, but suddenly my mind went blank when they started asking a question. I was so nervous that my mind went totally blank. So again, use this expression, my mind went blank, when you forget something or you're unable to think of something. Go in one ear and out the other. When something goes one ear and out the other, it means that you forget it quickly. Like you forget it as soon as you hear it.
I love them dearly, but that goes in one ear and out the other.
Well, they don't hear it, you know. It goes in one ear and out the other.
Most things go in one ear and out the other, no offense.
It's like you're listening to someone speaking, but you're not really listening carefully. So when the person asks you, you cannot answer anything because you forgot it. You can't remember what you heard. But this is not a good thing. Be careful, especially if you're talking to someone new to you. It might be impolite because it means that you're not paying attention to what they're saying. So it goes in one ear and out the other. It's also the same with when your parents are nagging at you and you don't listen to them. So it goes in one ear and out the other. You forget what they said. For example, she won't remember it. Everything you tell her goes in one ear and out the other. Or, I'm sorry, I'm very distracted today. I didn't hear what you said. It went in one ear and out the other. So again, use this phrase if you think that you forget something quickly as soon as you hear it. Have a senior moment. When you're having a senior moment, you forget something because you're getting older. It's like a funny way to say that you forget something. I also hear young people use this as a humorous way to say that they forget something, like, I'm forgetful, I'm having a senior moment.
You're clearly having a senior moment.
I'm sorry. Senior moment.
Having another senior moment.
Well, a senior citizen is an older person. So these are like people who are 65 years old and above. And senior is a short form for senior citizen. So if you're having a senior moment, it means you forget something because you're getting older. For example, oh, I had a senior moment yesterday. I thought my brother was my son. Well, I had a senior moment. I forgot what my car looked like when I parked it outside. So again, use this phrase, have a senior moment, when you think that you forget something because you're getting older. Well, that's all for today's video. Again, do not get stuck in saying the same basic English phrase if you want to level up your English. Try practicing these alternatives that we learned today. And if you know any other alternatives to I forgot it, just share them in the comments. I would love to see them. And I hope this video is helpful for you. So please hit thumbs up, share this video with your friends who want to learn and improve their English, and please subscribe to our growing YouTube channel for more English lessons and tips. And I hope to see you soon on my next video.